Two upcoming releases, the DJI Flip 2 and the DJI Neo 3. When DJI dropped the Lido series earlier this year, a lot of people assumed it was going to replace the Flip lineup entirely. But it turned out the Lido 1 and Lido X1 actually stepped into the shoes of the Mini 4K and Mini 5 Pro, taking over that compact camera drone space. The Flip 2 is still very much happening, and now with the Neo 3 also in the picture, things are getting really interesting. Two beginner-friendly drones from the same brand, both leaked and confirmed, but built around very different ideas of what a beginner drone should actually be. So let's break down everything we know and see how these two stack up against each other.
And today's video is sponsored by no one. If you want to book this spot, just mail us.
Starting with design, these two drones are going in pretty different directions, and that tells you a lot about who each one is made for. The DJI Flip 2 is expected to carry forward the same folding propeller guard design that made the original Flip stand out. The whole concept is that when you fold it up, it becomes incredibly compact and easy to toss into a small bag. The propellers are fully enclosed, which means it is safe to fly indoors, around kids, or in tight spaces without worrying too much about someone getting a nick from a spinning blade. It is a smart and practical design that made a lot of new flyers feel comfortable picking up a drone for the first time. The Neo 3, on the other hand, is going in an even more minimalist direction. The prototype that was spotted during field testing showed a noticeably lighter frame compared to the Neo 2, along with a brand new symmetrical grille design that is meant to improve airflow and make the drone more efficient in the air. The palm launch mechanism, which is honestly one of the coolest things about the Neo series, has also been refined to make it smoother and safer. This is still a drone you can literally hold in your hand, press a button, and watch it take off on its own. No remote, no setup, just fly. The Neo 3 looks like it is going to be even more pocket-friendly than its predecessor, which was already impressively tiny at 151 grams. This is where things get really exciting, and also where the gap between these two drones becomes very clear. The DJI Flip 2 is expected to be a serious step up on the camera front. Leaks are pointing toward 8K video capability, which would be a massive jump from the original Flip's 4K/60 frames per second. There are also strong indications that DJI is going with a larger sensor on the Flip 2, which would mean better low-light performance, richer colors, and just overall more cinematic-looking footage. If those 8K rumors turn out to be true, the Flip 2 would be one of the most capable sub-250-gram camera drones ever made. For someone who wants to shoot content that genuinely looks professional without spending thousands on a Mavic, the Flip 2 could be a game-changer. The Neo 3 is expected to get a camera upgrade too, but it is working from a different baseline. The Neo 2 used a 1/2-inch sensor, which was decent but not exceptional. The Neo 3 is rumored to feature a larger sensor than that, which would push image quality noticeably above what the Neo 2 could do. Whether it gets anywhere near the Flip 2's expected specs is another question, but for the price bracket the Neo 3 will likely sit in, any improvement here is going to be welcomed. Think cleaner footage, better stabilization, and sharper details. Not cinema grade, but very solid for everyday content creation and social media. Both drones are expected to improve on their predecessors when it comes to how long they can stay in the air. The original DJI Flip already had a strong showing with around 31 minutes of flight time, and the Flip 2 is expected to match or beat that. Given that DJI is also likely refining the aerodynamics alongside the bigger battery or more efficient motors, a 30+ minute flight time on the Flip 2 seems very realistic. That is genuinely useful time in the air, especially when you are out shooting and do not want to be swapping batteries every few minutes. The Neo 3 is working from a smaller starting point. The Neo 2 gave you around 17 to 19 minutes depending on conditions, and the Neo 3's new propulsion system, specifically that redesigned symmetrical grille, is aimed at squeezing more efficiency out of the motors. Analysts are expecting something in the 20+ minute range for the Neo 3, which would be a meaningful improvement. It is not going to beat the Flip 2 on raw flight time, but for a drone this small and this light, getting past the 20-minute mark would be impressive. Wind resistance on the Neo 2 was already a notable upgrade over the first-gen Neo, and the Neo 3 is expected to build further on that. Both drones are going to come loaded with DJI's usual suite of smart flying features, but they differ a bit in how they approach safety. The Flip 2 is expected to continue offering obstacle sensing, automatic braking, and intelligent quick-shot modes like Droney, Circle, Rocket, and Boomerang. These are the kinds of hands-free shots that look amazing on social media and require zero flying skill to pull off. Obstacle avoidance on the Flip series has always been well suited for beginners who might be flying in busier environments with trees, buildings, or people nearby.
The Neo 3 is expected to build on the impressive safety foundation that the Neo 2 laid down. That drone was the first in its class to offer omnidirectional obstacle sensing with forward-facing LiDAR, which was a massive deal for something so small and affordable. The Neo 3 is expected to keep all of that and refine it further. Add in palm takeoff, gesture control, voice commands, and compatibility with DJI's FPV goggles and motion controller, and the Neo 3 shapes up to be a drone that almost flies itself. It is the kind of drone a complete beginner can pick up and get great footage from within minutes of unboxing it. Price and who should buy which one. Pricing is still not confirmed for either drone, but based on how DJI has historically positioned these lines, you can expect the Neo 3 to come in around the $199 to $249 range at the base level. That makes it one of the most affordable entry points into serious drone photography. The Flip 2, with its bigger camera and more premium feature set, is likely going to sit closer to the $349 to $399 mark, similar to where the original Flip landed. So who should go for which? If you are a complete beginner who just wants to have fun flying, shoot decent videos for Instagram or YouTube, and barely wants to think about controls or setup, the Neo 3 is going to be your best friend. It is small, safe, smart, and easy enough that your first flight can happen literally in your backyard with no stress. If you are a beginner or casual creator who also wants footage that actually looks cinematic, something you could use for travel vlogs, short films, or client work without being embarrassed, then the Flip 2 is the one to save up for. The gap in camera quality between the two is expected to be significant, and that matters a lot once you start watching your footage back on a big screen.